amber lights, headlights, fog lights, left, right, amber, turn signals, not broken, cracked, or damaged, or missing, working and clean, mounted tight with screws to the body, left, right, front mirrors and bracket mirrors, not broken, cracked, or damaged, adjusted to the driver and clean, mounted tight with nuts and bolts to the brackets, brackets not broken, cracked, or damaged, mounted tight with nuts and bolts to the body. Under the truck, check for oil or water leaks. Coolant tank reservoir not broken, cracked, or damaged, or leaking. Fluid is at the right level, mounted tight with nuts and bolts. Windshield fluid reservoir not broken, cracked, or damaged, or leaking. Fluid is at the right level, mounted tight with nuts and bolts to the frame. AC compressor not broken, cracked, or damaged, or leaking. Mounted tight with nuts and bolts. Water pump not broken, cracked, or damaged, or leaking. Mounted tight with nuts and bolts. Dipstick to check oil level, oil cap to fill oil, oil reservoir not broken, cracked, or damaged, or leaking. Fluid is at the right level, mounted tight with nuts and bolts. Power steering reservoir not broken, cracked, or damaged, or leaking. Fluid is at the right level, mounted tight with nuts and bolts. Oil hoses, no cuts, no cracks, no leaks, mounted tight. Universal belt, no cuts, no cracks, no looser than 3/4 of an inch. Push from center. Alternator not broken, cracked, or damaged, always charging, mounted tight with nuts and bolts. Universal belt runs alternator, AC compressor, and water pump. Frame not broken, cracked, or damaged, no illegal welds or holes. Power steering linkage, 1 arm, 2 rods, 3 links. Check cotter pins, not broken, cracked, or damaged, always grease, mounted tight with nuts and bolts. Power steering box, not broken, cracked, or damaged, or leaking, mounted tight with nuts and bolts. Power steering box hoses, no cuts, no cracks, no leaks, mounted tight. Springs, not broken, cracked, or damaged, shifted or missing, mounted tight with nuts and bolts to the spring mounts. Spring mounts not broken, cracked, or damaged, or missing, mounted tight with nuts and bolts to the frame. U-bolts. U-bolts not broken, cracked, or damaged, or missing, mounted tight with nuts to the axle. Shock absorbers. Shock absorbers not broken, cracked, or damaged, or leaking, or missing, mounted tight with nuts and bolts to the frame. Brake hoses. No cuts, no cracks, no leaks, mounted tight. Brake chamber. Not broken, cracked, or damaged, no dents, no leaks, mounted tight to the strap with nuts and bolts. Slack adjuster. Slack adjuster not broken, cracked, or damaged, mounted tight with nuts and bolts. Check cotter pins, no more than 1 inch of play. The angle between the push rod and the adjuster arm is a little over 90 degrees when brakes are released, and between 80 to 105 when brakes are applied, and the push rod is not bent. Brake drums. Brake drums not broken, cracked, or damaged, no grease. Brake pads not broken, cracked, or damaged, no less than 1/4 of an inch thickness. Inside and outside of tire, no cuts, no cracks, no leaks, no bubbles, no stones. No recap. Tread is no less than 432. Air pressure between 90 to 100 psi, check with their gauge. Valve stem, not broken, cracked, or damaged, or leak or missing, mounted tight. Rims, not broken, cracked, or damaged, no illegal wears or rust. Lug nuts, not broken, cracked, or damaged, or missing, no rust, mounted tight. Hub oil seal, not broken, cracked, or damaged, or leaks. Oil should be level and clean, mounted tight with nuts and bolts, and has a window. Red, emergency. Blue, service airlines, no cuts, no cracks, no leaks, mounted tight to truck and trailer, not touching the frame. Electric line, no cuts, no cracks, mounted tight to truck and trailer, not touching the frame. Glad hands, not broken, cracked, or damaged, no leaks, mounted tight to truck, trailer, not mounted tight to trailer with nuts and bolts. Electric connect, not broken, cracked, or damaged, always plug in, mounted tight with nuts and bolts to the trailer. Coupling system. Mount, not broken, cracked, or damaged, mounted tight with nuts and bolts to the frame. Release arm, not broken, cracked, or damaged, arm locked in place, easy to pull. Locking jaws. Locking jaws, not broken, cracked, or damaged, fully closed around the kingpin. Kingpin, not broken, cracked, or damaged, or bent. Skid plate, not broken, cracked, or damaged, no dents, always grease. Apron, not broken, cracked, or damaged, no broken welds, no gap between the apron and the skid plate. This concludes my section A.